Hello, hello. We are live now, and today we are having amazing live stream because it will be super valuable for you ladies if you are traveling and you need some tips and secrets, how to keep your results off, especially if you've been putting the hard work in for your holidays. So we have Alisa and she will be talking to you about her tips because she's been traveling a lot. So if you want to say something more about yourself, like about your travels and so on, just so those ladies will see that they are not alone if they are going for holidays and they don't need to be super strict because the holidays are here to, enjoy, but also how can we keep the results? Yeah. So do you want to just introduce yourself a bit?
Yeah, of course. So, hey, I'm Lisa. I've been with Wendy for about 7 months now. And since that 7 months, I traveled probably 3 places already. First time was in London for the holidays. I was there for a week. And then second time was going home to Seattle, and that was 3 weeks. And now, just recently, I was in Nice, France for like 5 days. Um, but yeah, it's definitely been a learning curve to stay
Yeah,
on this fitness journey
totally.
and to stay consistent. But at the same time, like this is how life is, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not always going to be consistent, but we could do our best to be consistent.
Yeah, totally. Especially like when it comes to like fitness journey, because obviously we are not competing, we are
Mhm,
not, on our sprint to get to somewhere basically. So we just
mhm,
need to take into consideration that we all will be traveling, we all have weekends, and we will be always visiting family and so on. So it's just something that we need to kind of learn about and kind of adjust to the new routine basically on holidays. And you also I know that you've been traveling a lot, but then you also had a lot of friends over, which is something similar. I know
mhm.
I mean, it's different, but overall, because they are on holidays, you feel like you're on holidays too. Like,
Yeah.
have you had like a lot of friends over now?
Yeah. I had one friend who came and visited twice. So every time she comes, it's always like a holiday because she wants to go eat out and see
Yeah.
things and like in some ways I have to make sure I have to adjust my macros and like my like and I have to look up all these restaurants just to see what I can eat.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean it's about like trying to strike a balance. Uh,
So what happened like when you knew, like for example, when you started the fitness journey with me and then you suddenly went to London? So what was your thoughts? Like, did you feel like guilty going for holidays or you were more excited?
I felt more I guess more aware
Hmm.
of like how I choose places because the like I chose a hotel to make I chose a hotel with a gym just to
Hmm.
be sure, that I have that option to, like do some exercises
Yeah.
and stuff. But at the same time, I just ended up walking a lot. I
Mhm.
swear, like I got like 20,000 steps a day. And
Amazing.
yeah, and at the same time, like, it's always good to have like a break for your body as well. Just,
Mm.
you know, I don't know, like your body gets so used to a routine, but then also it's nice to have it recover too. So it's like your body is on a holiday as well,
Yeah.
relaxing.
I think it's super important, especially if you've been lifting super heavy or you've been really consistent prior to the holidays. Like
Mhm,
if you've been showing up 4 times a week or 5 times a week, like consistently for X months, I
mhm,
think this 1 week of holidays will actually do a good to you instead of like putting you backwards, just because, as you said, your body will recover, it will
mhm.
relax, it will recharge. And then what actually happened once you came back from holidays or from London, I remember like you were actually stronger,
Mhm,
because you ate
mhm.
more food, you felt more relaxed, you finally could, do different things. Even your mind was relaxed.
Yeah.
Then you came back and then you smashed it again.
Yeah, well, and the crazy thing, the one thing that I was concerned was I was gonna break the habit,
Hmm.
that I built like 2 months before I went on holiday. But then I was just surprised how fast I jumped back
Yeah.
into being consistent. I was like eager. My body's like, okay, now that you're back, let's go to the gym. And
Mm.
like, and then it felt great. It wasn't a chore or anything. It was just
Yeah.
like, wow, like I'm showing up for myself. I feel good, and yeah. And then you just get back into the routine just that quickly.
Mhm. Yeah, that's amazing. And I think it's also important, like, don't just delay, the coming back into the routine, like
Mhm.
whenever you can after the holidays, because you've probably been eating a lot more than you used to. I think it's super important to just get back on the track, like the next day or maybe like the third day when you are kind of back. So how was your trip to the US? Because you've been there 3 weeks. So how did you keep your results, or did you lose weight and so on? What did you do?
Yeah. So that was that was more of a challenge because I was going back home. Because since I am an expat here in Prague, and expats tend to go home once or twice a year or even longer.
Mhm.
But when we do go home, it's usually for a longer period of time.
Mhm.
So my first thought's like, oh crap, there's no there's no gym nearby my parents' place. Thankfully, there was some equipment in the garage, and
Mhm.
like, and and I remember I was asking you like, oh, like, what can we do with a rowing machine and like an elliptical and just some weights, and
Yeah.
like, and I was really grateful that you were able to kind of, you were able to personalize all my workouts based on that, and
Mhm.
like, and yeah, like I definitely saw different results. I was definitely sore afterwards, and
Yeah. And then you were sending me videos of your form even on your holidays. So it was
yeah.
great that we could still catch up on your form. And if you are
Mhm.
actually challenging yourself, because, if you are eating more food, especially if you are at home, you have more energy. So let's use it towards, those workouts just to build more muscle or to burn more calories. It will be good for your
Mhm.
digestion as well if you are moving your body. So you smashed the workouts, which was brilliant. I love to
Mhm.
see that. I love to see that you were dedicated, which is something that I really appreciate, especially if you really want to get into your goals. So have you lost any weight, or have you seen like any results after?
Yeah, I definitely lost like just my body composition. The like I saw the changes like in the photos as well.
Yeah.
And one of the cool things is that, with this fitness journey, it kind of changes your travel plans as
Mm-hmm.
well. You kind of
Mm-hmm.
think differently. And like, for example, before every time I go home, I would just like sit on the couch and relax and eat. But then this time, I encourage my mom to, hey, let's go on a walk, like, in her case, I was like, oh, let's just go shopping, and at least we could get our steps in.
Love this mindset trick.
Right. And then yeah, so it's crazy because the old version of me would kind of plan things differently when I
Mm-hmm.
travel. But then with this fitness journey, you do different things, so it's kind of, you discover new things about yourself and new things that you like.
Yeah. So
And
what do you actually like focusing on when you are going away?
uh for me, in terms of just focusing on at least getting steps or just
Mhm.
moving, you
Yeah.
know like even if there's no gym or no equipment, just
Mhm.
steps. That's the
Yeah.
easiest one. Or even running. I know like running is not for everyone, but
Mhm.
I mean, just something to get moving,
Yeah.
stretching, even yoga, like even go on YouTube, do some like hit workouts or
Nice.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like any activity is better than no activity at all. Like we never regretted a workout, and it's also really good like for the digestion. So when it comes to like nutrition, how
Hmm.
has been your nutrition on holidays?
Ooh, yeah. I like up and down, but at the same time, it's easier than you think.
Mm-hmm.
Because, for example, when I just went to Nice, what really helps is getting a bunch of protein bars, just
Mm-hmm.
just as a backup. They're easy to travel with, and also when you feel your hunger cues, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay, I have a protein bar. Then at least, because I know when you travel and you eat out, it's very carb and like fat heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, my mindset's like, okay, I at least need to take in more protein, or because I'm not going to go to a local local place and just order like protein powder or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
That'd be weird.
But like
Okay.
yeah, but like when I eat out, like I just think about, like are the macros, like something a well-balanced
Mhm.
meal. Um and at the same time, like be easier on myself and think like, okay, I am on holiday. I could have, I could treat myself sometimes here, and then maybe the next day I'll have a salad, you know,
Mhm.
here and there.
Yeah, totally. I think it's all about the balance because obviously, as we said, like holidays are here to enjoy, but also we need to be kind of mindful because we don't want to go all or nothing approach into holidays because then
Mhm.
we would come back and then you would basically ruin maybe the whole month of your hard work. But
Mhm.
as you said, like one day you will have something really yummy, you will meet your friends, you will
Mhm.
go for a dinner with your family and so on. And then the next day you will kind of cut back. And then instead of like a brunch, you will have just like a yogurt maybe at home and so on, just to balance
Mhm.
it out. So would you recommend like like what would you recommend if someone is going to restaurants, like what to do?
Yeah, so like the tips that you showed me was just, look up the menus beforehand at the restaurant.
Mm,
Um, yeah, and then from there you could have like a general idea of like how
yeah,
balanced it
yeah,
is. But yeah, go for more grilled meats. If you do want something fat and fried, at least like get a salad as a side,
yeah,
just to make yourself feel better mentally. But I mean,
totally.
it is holiday. You have to have fun
That's
and
right.
eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually go for like a grilled fish, grilled like
Mhm.
prawns, especially like when I'm traveling towards the
Mhm.
seaside. Then obviously grilled any meat. I'm usually like trying to get like grilled veggies, but obviously sometimes
Mhm.
we go for pizza. So
Mhm.
maybe like at the pizza place, I'm usually asking for extra chicken on top or extra ham
Mhm.
on top. Or when I'm going to the US, I'm usually going for like a poke bowls because I know it's like
Mhm.
rice, salmon, a lot of veggies instead of like burger places, right? Just
Mhm.
because I can balance it out. And also, I think when it comes to snacks, it's really good to have maybe like a jerky with you and you can buy it like
Um,
in Prague as well or at the airport. It will be super pricey though, but you can
Mhm.
get it in Lidl, Tesco, and so on. You can buy like a chicken jerky, beef jerky, turkey jerky, and they have so much protein in, and you can just
Mhm.
like snack it on the go, and it has like 150 calories or something, like super low, and it's just protein. Protein bars are really good as well, especially if you are craving something sweet. Protein bars with coffees or something after the lunch is so good as well. Yeah, when it comes to snacks, sometimes I'm usually going to like a shop and then they usually have like a protein ice creams as well. Like Sainsbury, for example, in the UK, in
Mhm.
the America, they have like a bunch of like protein items in the supermarkets. So yeah, it's just about like where you are going and then what adjustments you can do. And
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
actually, with the protein bars too, you save some money as well.
Mm.
And if
Oh yeah.
you like, yeah, protein bars or jerky, if you bring that beforehand, you could it could easily go through TSA,
Yeah.
and yeah, and then you don't have to spend $20 on like a salad at the airport.
Oh my God, yeah, it's so
Yeah.
expensive. And yeah, so do you usually like eat or let's talk about like communication because I know that you said like you are going to your family and a lot of people I think struggle with being with the family that they don't understand that we are on the fitness journey. Like they don't understand that we want to lose weight, we want to feel good, right? Because they never
Mhm.
had this in their life. So how did you tackle this like when you were 3 weeks with your family?
Oh, yeah. So my family is very very food heavy. It's like Filipino American culture is just food is our love language. But yeah, but with my mom, who's an amazing cook, um, I I just reframed it as, hey, like let's go grocery shopping. This is the
Hmm.
kind of food that we should get. So I
Okay.
kind of just showed her healthier options we can get, you
Hmm.
know, in terms of getting more like meat, getting more salads. Like I would tell her like, oh, like can you make me like a really nice salad,
Hmm.
Not like not and not so like rice based, but Of course, like I miss my mom's home cooked meals. So have that in probably like smaller portions.
Mm,
um, but yeah, I don't know. Just in terms of communication is just, just letting, like I told my mom, like, look, I paid for a trainer and I'm really focused on this journey.
mhm.
Um, and like I show it to him, like, see, mom, look at me, like I look good, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I
I
have to
think
keep
she
it
saw the
up.
results as well.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Nice.
But yeah, and I mean, there will be times where, your siblings or friends will pressure you.
Mm,
Um, that could be hard, but it's just a matter of like, hey, like I'm really into this journey, I'm in this transformation, and yeah, if anything, you can always like eat like a portion of the food if you're going out to eat, portion of the food, and then like take it home, or
mm.
even share it
Yeah.
with them. Yeah. So
Yeah, I love those.
mhm.
Yeah, that's totally just about communication. Like, because I've been on this fitness journey for like ages, I always have to like talk about it. But honestly, what really helped me as well, if some of my old friends doesn't support my journey at the moment, I kind of cut them out. Like, I was the hard one.
Mhm.
Like, okay,
Mhm.
you don't want to, support me on my journey, and then you are
Mhm.
drinking every single Friday and Saturday. I think we have nothing in common. So I basically cut people that they didn't provide me any value, or they wasn't that supportive. So this is what I've
Mhm.
done. And when it comes to like my friends that are supportive, I am honestly telling them, hey, I'd rather to go to this restaurant because they have better menu. And it's
Mhm.
if they still don't understand, I'm trying to like kind of educate them why this is better for them, or
Mhm.
why I am on this fitness journey, why it is like important for me, and then I'm trying to play with some emotions as well, so that could
Mhm.
help. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And like you'd be surprised by like the good friends who actually like support you too. And like who, because I have several friends who are like, oh, like, you don't have to drink alcohol. There's some
Mm.
non-alcoholic versions, or like, oh, like we could go out to eat, but like maybe like we could share, so
Mhm.
yeah, so like your friends can surprise you too in both
Yeah,
ways.
they definitely can surprise you a lot,
Yeah.
because this happened to me as well. Like, I went with a prosecco to my friend because I thought like we need to kind of drink together.
Mhm.
And so I brought it in, and she was like, "Oh my God, yes, thanks. You have a prosecco." And then at some point in the night, we still didn't open it. It was like 7 or 8 p.m. And I'm like, "Hey, you know what? I don't really feel like drinking. I honestly want to like kind of quit drinking." And she was like, "Oh my God, thank you for saying that. Me too." And I'm like,
That's
"Wow,
cool.
fuck." Like, oh my God, let's do it. So we
Yeah.
were so happy. We made a tea, and then we had really good night because we chatted. We could be open about it. And
Mhm,
something
mhm,
similar happened to my other friend as well. Again, similar situation, totally different people, totally different situation. Like when it comes to like personalities as well. And I
mhm,
went there, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to drink. And honestly, I told her, even though they were having like beers, they were having shots, and she was like, you know what, just do you, whatever, like if you don't want to drink, I totally respect it, because I know you are going to the gym tomorrow. It's totally okay. And honestly, it was such a
Aw,
relief that I said
yeah,
it, and they support me. I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. Like, just to
of
say it
course.
out, because sometimes we are scared to say it, that they will judge us. But sometimes they
Mhm.
will actually support us if they know we are on this journey. But if they don't know, they will not support you. They will laugh, right? So
Yeah,
you need
yeah.
to kind of like sometimes tell them, hey, I paid for the coach. That's
Mhm,
why I'm doing this, basically.
mhm. Yeah, I mean, that's a nice surprise. That's cool.
Yeah. So I was super happy about that. So when it comes to like alcohol, do you have like any experiences with alcohol, like how to deal with it? Maybe if someone's like pushing you, or and so on. Like basically any alcohol experiences.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, usually, okay, so there's the direct way, of course, of like communicating. And then if some cases, if a friend or, coworker or something is kind of putting a little pressure on you, or, usually my tactic is just to stick with one glass and
Mhm.
just sip that throughout the you know, like just so it shows, because sometimes people will just see, if they see you have a drink in your hand,
Yeah.
they'll just like assume like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Like she's good. So I'll my passive tactic sometimes is just to like sit on my drink for
Yeah.
for a long while. But other than
Oh,
that, there were some choices you told me as well, like getting what was it, like vodka sodas, tequila
yeah.
soda. Those are
Aperol,
very
Prosecco. It's really
mhm,
good.
mhm.
Like,
There's yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah. Oh yeah, there's like you could go more of like the party way of like just get shots, you know?
Yeah. But
That's
just
like
have some food prepared for the next day because the
exactly,
hangover will
exactly.
be super bad.
Yeah, like, as if anything, just like one shot for me is like enough
Yeah.
just to like show people, you know. But at the same time, um, yeah, like, and there's one trick you told me too is just getting like soda water and put fruit in it.
This is
And
what
from
I
there,
do usually. Like
yeah.
I'm having like a prosecco, just to cheers with someone, like cheers, thank you. And then
Mhm,
basically once I'm finishing it, I am ordering like a sparkling water, and then maybe I'm asking for like a raspberry and then putting the sparkling water and the raspberry or strawberry inside, or maybe a lemon, whatever they have.
mhm,
And
mhm,
then I am still drinking it from the flute. And it looks
mhm,
like I still have a prosecco because it's sparkly, and then I have
mhm,
some like garnish inside, so they don't really know what I'm drinking or not.
mhm, mhm. And
That's the
also it's
best way.
important. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it is.
Go for it.
And another thing is, have water in between, like have a
Mm,
lot of water, because like when you have multiple, like if you have like more than one drink, you tend to get dehydrated, and
yeah,
then your cue is like, okay, I need to drink more, I need to get another drink. But if you replace that with a drink and then water,
yeah,
then at least like you'll feel full and like hydrated.
yeah,
um
totally. And then you will not have like a huge headache as well the next day. You'll
mhm.
feel more energized. You will not have like huge cravings. So it's actually better for the whole body to just digest the alcohol because it's just toxin if you are mixing it with water.
Mhm,
But kind
mhm.
of like just to kind of wrap it up, like, do you feel like it is possible to lose weight or keep your results off when you are traveling?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Because I mean, in general, your body needs a break.
Yeah.
Like what we said earlier, your body needs a holiday too.
Mhm.
And you'd be surprised like how active you'll be during your travels. You'll be surprised how much you're walking.
Yeah.
Just now in Nice, I like the view is beautiful, and I just thought, well, I might as well, if I'm gonna walk, I could run too. So I went
Mhm.
jogging, just really
Mhm.
slow and casually, but as I sightseed, and it was just wow. And then when I looked at my stats, I was like, oh, I just ran like 6 kilometers. Cool.
Amazing. Well, well
um,
done. That's a lot.
yeah, yeah. But it was funny because I was like, oh, that place looks cool. I'll go over there. Oh, that
Mhm.
place. I kept going and going, and
Amazing.
I'm like, okay, I need to turn around and go back.
But I
Yeah.
love to see, like, because you've been on this journey for the past 7, 8 months and you lost a lot of weight, like your body
Mhm,
completely changed in those months. And then you've been
mhm.
traveling like 3 big trips basically, and you had like a lot of friends over, and you
Yeah.
basically didn't gain any weight.
No.
So I think like in those, like in general, I think it is possible to lose weight and to keep your results off if you are like mindful of what you are eating. Even though like
Yeah.
sometimes I'm seeing your stories and then you are having pizza and alcohol, which is totally fine because we are still
Mhm.
humans, right? Like I do the same. But then you always come back and then you are back on track. Like you know
Yeah.
exactly what you need to be doing. You are meal prepping, you are going to the gym straight away after, or you are really active on the holidays. So these kind of like small changes in your habits will
Mhm.
keep your results off forever, I think.
Yeah, yeah, and just to be less hard on yourself too.
Mm.
I think earlier, at least traveling the first time, I felt like, a bit guilty, like, oh no, I'm gonna be off track and stuff. But no, no, like if you like when you trust yourself and trust your body, you'll get back into it right away.
Yeah, totally.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't feel like people need to go like all in with everything, like trying all the foods. Like this is what I've done actually once. I went to Rome for 3 days and I was after breakup. I was super stressed and I didn't work out because I didn't have any gym, and because of all those circumstances, I honestly went to eat maybe like 5 times a day. But it wasn't just like salads, it was the whole pizza, then the whole tiramisu. Then maybe I went for another kebab, like 2 hours later because I wanted to try it out. Then I had like so many aperols, and I had another pizza and spaghetti or like carbonara because I was
Wow.
in Rome. So I wanted to try everything in those 3 days. And I gained like so much weight, and it took me forever to lose it back again. And I felt disgusting. I felt bloated. I felt tired. I didn't want to work out at all. So this was my main biggest mistake I've ever done when I was traveling. And now actually I've learned that, okay, it's all about the balance. If I want to have a pizza, I'll just like have half or share it with someone, or I will have a bite of the tiramisu just like to try it out to satisfy my cravings. But I don't need to go all in, like to order everything at once.
Yeah, and the crazy part is that your body will let you know. You'll notice new different things. Like for example, I like had something fried in Nice, and then instantly I bloated.
Yeah.
like I, it's just crazy because your body's like, oh, I'm not like I'm not used to that. Like let's have
Yeah.
less of that next time. So
Yeah, totally. I can feel it like with any fried items as well. My body just doesn't want it anymore. Um, even like pizza, for example, like we are walking by the pizza shop and I can smell it, but I'm like, I know my body doesn't want it. I don't know, it's crazy. I'm like, I want to have a pizza, but actually I don't because I know I'll feel shitty afterwards. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and plus you would want to feel good during your holiday too,
Oh yeah.
you know?
Especially
You
like
would
if you are on the bikini,
Yeah,
need to wear
exactly.
dresses and so on. So definitely.
Mhm,
Okay. Do you have like any another tips maybe they can use, or that's it?
I think just enjoy, don't be so hard on yourself. I mean, remind yourself that you're on holiday and, try new things too, like
Oh
this
yes.
is I mean, you're going through a transformation and you're just rediscovering like a new version of yourself, and
Oh yes, totally.
traveling is the best way, yeah, to
I love
explore
that.
more, you know?
Yeah. And we need all the pictures in the Facebook group chat.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. It was really lovely. I'm hoping that this live stream was useful and beneficial to all of you ladies because we shared some tips and secrets. But if you still have any questions, drop me a message or you can just message us in the Facebook group chat and then we will get on it. But thank you so much and I'll speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.